Today we're going to show you the sales funnel landing page builder inside of GoHighLevel, step by step, how to utilize it in your business, how to use the pre-existing templates and everything that it has to offer, and how to edit it and help you maximize conversions on your landing pages. Let's take a look into it. So here we are at the GoHighLevel dashboard. When you log in, you're going to go down to sites, and there are two different features of where you're actually going to create these funnels and landing pages. So there's a website feature over here that allows you to build out websites. It's very similar, except it's a little different, like the structure of everything from an organizational standpoint. It allows you to create headers. It allows you to basically duplicate like the top bar and the logo of everything super easily. We're going to go into the funnel section right here by clicking on New Funnel. Now right here, you can actually go to all of the different templates that have already been pre-built for you. This is a really powerful thing because it allows you to not have to start from scratch. So pretty much no matter what industry you're in, you can usually find something to get you started at least. So if you have a contest giveaway, if you have an event, if you just want to do a lead capture, you can select any of these. So for one other thing, before I select one of these, what I want to show you is you can also create your new funnel here, and it will allow you to, when you add this step, you can import it if you have ClickFunnels. This is the ClickFunnels 1.0. It will allow you to actually import it, and it's about 95% ready to go at that point to where you can just make a couple changes with the formatting. However, in this case, we're going to go back here, going to click on New Funnel and go to the template library. So like I said, you can click on any of these to get going. In this case, what I'm going to do is we're going to let's take a look and go down to business coaching and consulting. Just find something that looks pretty good to get us going. Load more. Let's take a look at one of these. So let's just say right here, business strategy packages. You can preview it if you want to before you go ahead. And yeah, this is a pretty good start. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press continue. I'll use this template, and we're going to go in and edit it right now. So if we go in here and we might have to give it just a second and refresh it. As soon as this refreshes, and here it is. So we click on here, and as you can see, it already created the home, appointment, and thank you. So we're going to go in, and this is how you edit everything. So first off, let me show you, before I go into the funnel, let me show you these different features up here. So you have the stats, so you can see the opt-in rates, you can see your conversion rates, what your sales look like. You can go to sales here and see all of the different transactions that occurred. We can go down to settings. This is where you change the name. This is where you'll set up your domain for the funnel. This right here, if you click on add edit domains, it'll allow you to set up the domain, whether you're on GoDaddy, whether you're on Namecheap, one of those services for you. It'll basically allow you to connect it. And then if you need to add any header or any code here, then this allows you to actually do a test mode for the payments if you're doing that. So in this case, let's go back right here to edit. So we're going to edit the page, and this coming up here is the website builder. This right here is the essentially it's a drag and drop builder that allows you to super easily make edits to this. So if I want to change this title here, I can change this title to whatever I want. Let's say over here we want to change the size. We can change the size up or down a little bit. We can align it, change it as needed. Same thing here with the images. We can go in here, select a new image. We can change the height, so we can change the width, we can change all of that. And then basically right here is we're going to go through and we're just going to make any changes. It's a pretty simple process. The way it's broken out is broken up into a couple different sections. One is you have like the section, which is the main, like this is like the main section. And then within that you have the different rows, and then within that you have the different columns. So let me explain that. So if we go right over here, this is a section. We can choose a full width, wide, medium, or small. I usually do full width or wide. So in this case right here, we'll do this, and now we're gonna go here and add a row. A row right here if you want multiple columns, or if you want just 1 or 2 columns. In this case, I'll do 2 columns. Now right here is where you actually add the element. So over here on this side, you'll see the element. You can have headlines, subheadlines. This is where you'll add buttons. You can add a form. You can add pretty much anything that you want to. A video headline, your calendar, countdown, pretty much anything that you want to do. And if you have another software or something that you already have this, a certain like a custom JavaScript, you can just import that here as well, and then simply copy and paste that over there. Like whether it's an iframe, and I won't get super technical, but you can basically just customize it right there. We can delete that if we don't want it. So in this case, I'm just going to, we'll just put a headline right here. This is a large call to action headline. Again, I'm not going to spend too much time going in and actually making too many changes here, but we can do that. We can add a sub headline, and then let's say on the right hand side, we want to have a video. Now, GoHighLevel allows you to customize, or actually allows you to host rather, host a video. So you can host the video on here by literally clicking hosted video, or you can put the YouTube link, the Vimeo link, Wistia, or any sort of other platform if you just want to embed it on there. The easiest thing that I found is in the past, we would use Vimeo, because Vimeo's great. It is a paid service. However, as of this time, they've allowed you to do hosted videos, which is super powerful because you're not having to pay an additional subscription. And it also gives you a couple extra features that allows you to, based when certain people view a certain amount of the video, you can set up more advanced workflows. So for right now, I like that. So right here, you'll just go in and select the video, and then you can actually customize what the thumbnail looks like. Over here, we have the different playback controls. If you want it to automatically play as soon as somebody visits your website or visits the page, you can allow them to pause it, don't allow them to pause it, show the time, etc. Now, something really cool is, let's say you have a membership or you have an opt-in that somebody opted in, or you have a video that you don't want just necessarily anybody to see. You want to make sure that they either registered or they gave their information. You can redirect visitors to a different page. So essentially it'll say, that way it essentially will not allow people to go back and like just share the link with their friends. This can be good for a lot of specific use cases, especially if it's like more gated content that you don't want, you want to make sure that you got their information with. There's a lot of powerful pieces here. I'm kind of on I haven't used this too much yet. I'm kind of under the assumption of I'd rather people get the video content if they're going to share it. You know, it is what it is, but maybe in the future I'll experiment with this some more. So we've got that. And then you go in, change any of this. And then we can go down here, change the buttons, change what the buttons do. This is really important. So if we go here, you want to tell it what this is going to do. So for example, an opt-in page, you're usually going to have it go to the next step, which will be where you'll deliver the product, or where you'll have an upsell, a downsell, one of those pieces. So in this case right here, you just have to go to the next step. In some cases, you might want the button to have a place that it'll go to a Facebook group. So for example, we work with clients and do live challenges. So on one of the thank you pages, we will have a link that will say, go directly to the Facebook page and join right now. So in that case, it would just be a website URL. You can choose a new tab. Usually I'll leave it like this, but there's options to do that. And that's basically it. Now, what I will show you here is you want to make sure you save everything that you do. Now, the first time you go in and you save, this is where you'll be able to enter the title, the description, and the keywords, author, and the social image. Now, the most important pieces that people will see is the title, and this is basically up in the browser bar what people will look at. The description and the keywords, that's more for SEO. And then if somebody shares your link on social media, on Facebook, you know, sometimes you see like a little preview window. So this right here allows, or a little preview image rather, this right here allows you to customize that. So we can just choose a thumbnail and then make sure we update that data or that metadata, otherwise it will not save. The last couple of pieces that are important to mention here is if you have any kind of, if you have a Facebook pixel or you have some code you need to add in here, if you want to change any of the styles, you can use custom CSS, a little bit more advanced, but there's a lot of pieces out there if you want your website to look a very specific way, and you can go through these. You can also customize what mobile looks like. So right here, this is the mobile view. So in this case, what you'll notice is, let's just go to the headline that we created earlier. You'll notice is there's a mobile font size. Now I can create this mobile font size super large. Wouldn't recommend it to look like this. And then I go down to the desktop, and you'll notice it doesn't affect the desktop because these are separate. So you can make sure that everything looks good on mobile. And remember, a lot of traffic these days happens on mobile. So it's super important that you go in and you optimize, for mobile. A little advanced feature, but something really important to realize is you can click on, you can go over here and you can choose the visibility under this advanced tab. So the visibility here allows it to be hidden on mobile or allows it to be hidden on desktop. Now this is really great because what you'll notice is, and usually the workflow that I recommend is I get the desktop version looking exactly how I want it, and then I go over into mobile. And when I go to mobile, I will sometimes find out that it doesn't look good and I have to duplicate something in order to get it to where I want. So what I'll do is I'll hide it. So essentially what I would do is, let's just say like this, it doesn't look very good. I would basically duplicate it here, and I would take it, I would basically hide it on mobile. So basically I would take it so it appears there, and then here it only shows up on mobile. And then I'd go to the same thing up here and just make sure basically that it only shows up on desktop. This allows me to then customize it. Do keep in mind that when you then go in and make edits to it, you will find out that there will be two different versions of it. So in this case right here, if I were just to make an edit to the desktop version, you'll notice it won't make the edit to the mobile version because right now we have two different versions of it. And the very last piece I want to share with you for the pop-up, or for the landing pages that are really important before I go to the last section and wrap this up here, is the pop-up. This right here allows you to collect emails. It allows you to collect purchases, whatever you want to do. Typically, we would do a one column here and we would add a form. So this right here is where you would select the form that is in your account. And this right here, you can add a little thing down here, a little sub headline that says, we protect your privacy, etc. Only put that if you actually do, but hopefully you do. And we can do the same thing up here. We can add a headline. So we'll add a headline and we'll say, register now, essentially. And then we can go to the settings over here, and essentially you can change any of the width. You can change when it actually shows up. So you can make it if someone goes to exit the page, it'll show up. You can also make it so that if somebody clicks a specific button, for example, right here, get an appointment, we could go down here, link to, open pop-up. So now when they click on that, it's going to open up the pop-up. So that's the landing page builder. I'm going to wrap up with one more piece here. And of course, you always want to make sure you press save. It usually will guide you saying, hey, make sure you save it. But I always do that just as a precaution. And then what you'll notice here is you have all of your different funnel steps. So in this case, we can now move on to the next one. And typically, a typical funnel will have usually 2 to 5 steps. The typical one is 3. You basically have the opt-in. You might have an appointment, or you might have the deliverability. You might have an upsell. Really depends what it is. And then you'll have the thank you page. Really, at the very least, you really could have 2. If it's just an opt-in, then and then a thank you page can kind of be combined. And then at that point, you are good to go. Of course, change the name here. If you want to clone anything, if you want to move it, over, if you want to do some split testing, there's some options to do that on the Pro plan as well. A lot of different options. So I hope this video has been helpful, and make sure to leave a comment down here and let me know if there's anything specific you want to see on the next video. And I hope this has been helpful for you to really learn some of the features and how to use the page builder here with GoHighLevel. Talk to you later.